Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I want to talk about a completely different topic than I normally share about. Normally on here lately I've been sharing stuff about books, about homeschooling, and kind of just everyday tidbits, but today I want to totally branch out and talk a little bit about making money as a stay-at-home mom. Now I know this is a completely different topic than I normally share about, so I am contemplating making this a separate channel in the future because it is something that I am passionate about. I really enjoy entrepreneurship and finding different ways to make money. As you'll see here, I'm going to share 6 different ways that I have made money. Most of them have been online in the last about 10 years since I've been a mom. All the ways that I'm going to share have been profitable for me. Some have been more successful than others. Some I've enjoyed more than others. And so I want to go into those, share what I've done, how you can kind of take these ideas and make them work for you. But in the future, I also want to share more videos about making money online and how I make money blogging and all sorts of different things. So if there's something specific that you would like to see, or if there's something that I mentioned that you would like to hear more about, please let me know in the comments below. And if you have any ideas on whether or not I should keep this on my main channel or if I should start a second channel, that would be really helpful. Sometimes, not very often, but sometimes, it's really nice if people make decisions for you instead of trying to make all the decisions yourself. That being said, I do like to make most of the decisions myself. Most of these, I think everything on this list, actually, you won't see things on here where I'm actually working for other people. I want to be my own boss and just set my own rules. So that probably says something about my personality, but that's who I am. And so everything on this list kind of fits in there. So as I said, there's 6 different ways that I have made money in the last number of years as a stay-at-home mom. So let's dive in. Number 1 is photography. This was my very first entrepreneurship venture. Actually, I started before my daughter was born, but continued after. I started out shooting weddings, then I went to shooting families. I sold a few stock photos, so that one is online. So photography is not a mainly online business. In some ways, like you do have to, go do that interaction, do your photo shoot, but you mostly do it from home because your photo editing usually takes longer than your session. Your correspondence with your clients, it all adds up. So most of it can be done at home. For that reason, I really liked photography. I feel like it let me set my own schedule. The only thing that I didn't really like, well, there was a few things. First of all, like the second or third year that I shot weddings, I shot about 20 in the span of 3 months. 3 months probably, which is crazy. There were some weekends I was shooting a Friday wedding and a Saturday wedding, and those weddings could be like 12 hours long. So by the end of the weekend, I was just completely shot. So I burnt myself out for sure for weddings. But I also didn't like relying on people to come to me. Often I would be at a shoot waiting for people and they just don't show up and they never tell you why. So for me, from then on, I kind of knew I wanted less involvement from other people. But if you're looking for a way to make money from home where you can spend most of your time at home, but still get out and meet people and interact with other people, photography is a really good way to do that. After I started my photography business, I had a lot of people ask me questions about how to use my camera and how to take better pictures as a mom. So from there, I actually created a workshop where I had people come into my home and I taught them how to use their cameras in manual mode. That workshop, it actually did really well, and there would be times, well, I pretty much made like $1,000 every time I did the workshop because I had a set amount of people I would let in and it always filled up, and so it was a good chunk of change. And then I realized after doing that for a bit that I could take that same course that I had made and sell it online. And so I did that for a while as well. I took this content that I had created to be taught in person. I made videos, I had a workbook, and I put it as an online course, and it sold really well. And I really only stopped promoting that course after I kind of left the photography business. You can actually find it all on my website right now completely for free. I've recently put all my courses for free, which is a whole different, topic in of itself. In the future, I might talk about why I've changed my strategy in the last few months. So if there is any topic that you feel like you are quite knowledgeable about, well, you don't even have to feel super knowledgeable, but if you know more than someone else does, you can totally create a course on that. It can get difficult to figure out the different platforms, like where you should set it up and, how if you should go through a different website where they'll take part of your profits. That is all stuff that, I struggled through for a number of years because I sold a number of different courses. I could also do a completely separate video listing all the different options for that, the positives and negatives of each. It is a lot of information that you need to learn, but if you like technology and figuring that stuff out, that is a really good way to do it. And you don't have to leave your house for that. You can film your course in your house and you can put it up online and sell it, market it online, so you don't even have to leave your house for that one. After that, I kind of wanted to be crafty with my hands. For a while, I sold a variety of different products that I had made. Actually, not even just ones that I had made. I also resold some. So I'll get into that in a bit. First of all, I sold a few different things I made. I sewed some different baby items. I created headbands. I made like home decor type stuff. Oh, I don't even remember all the different things. Oh, I redid some furniture and sold it. My favorite, one time, this was probably like 5-6 years ago, we were garage sailing. We went to a garage sale that was a couple blocks from our house, and we saw this old wooden ladder, super rickety. This guy had been actually using this ladder as a step ladder, which he shouldn't have been doing. I bought it for $2. I came home and painted it and kind of like stained it to make it look vintage, and I sold it the next week for $100. That was one of my favorite. Like, I mean, you're not always going to get that great of a return on your investment, but that one was definitely a favorite of mine. So I did that for a bit, and then for a little while I bought items in bulk and resold those. I found I personally didn't like the physical products because, once again, I was depending on other people to pick up their products, or I had to go ship them. And where I live here in Canada, like, shipping is not nearly as cheap as it seems to be in the States. So it just kind of came to the point where I wasn't making enough profit for my time and the money I was putting in. So to me, that wasn't worth it. But I know lots of people make a lot of money that way. So right at the beginning, when I had started my photography business, I started a blog. This was, I probably started blogging in 2007, 2008. Way before blogs were like really a thing, but I saw the really famous photographers doing it, so I started it. It was kind of just a place for my portfolio at first, and eventually, as I had children and we were adopting, I started blogging those experiences as well. And as I started doing so and coming across other blogs, I realized you could make some money through blogging. So probably since 2010, 2011, I have made some form of income through my blog, and this really needs its own video all by itself because there's so many different ways that you can make money through a blog, and it is honestly one of my favorite ways, but it does take consistency and effort. It's not like you post a blog post and then instantly you make $1,000. But for me, it is one of the forms of creative expression that I enjoy the most. So it's been easy for me to stick with it. After I started making money from my blog, I started creating products to sell online. So these are digital downloads. I sold more courses. I used my blog as a place to promote these things. I used my newsletter list to promote them. I was involved in a few different ways to get these things promoted. So I had printables, I had unit studies, like lots of homeschool resources. Honestly, any kind of niche that you're in, you can find some kind of product to create to be able to sell to others. Okay, and then the last way that I've made money online that I want to share about is by creating bundles. Now, how I actually did it is I got together with a number of different homeschool product creators, and I bundled all of our products together and we sold them for a really, really good deal. I think it was like probably like 80+% off. We all sold it, and I've been doing that for 3 years now, and it has been one of my main sources of online income. It does involve a lot of back-end work, figuring out how to pay people out, and there was some startup costs. But because I had been in the blogging world and had various connections, this one was fairly easy for me. I am also a little bit type A, as in like I like to keep things organized, so that worked for my personality. I know it won't work for everyone, but that was a really good source of income as well. Any of these ideas you can take and use your interests and hobbies and create something based on that. You know, if you are into sewing, you can create a sewing workshop. You could do it online or you could do it in person. Let's say you enjoy reading, you can create an online book club and have people pay to be a participant in that. Let's say you enjoy gardening. I know lots of gardeners do really well on making money through blogging. There's just all sorts of different ways. So you can sit down and think about all your different interests and skill sets, and from there I'm sure you can find some different ways that you can make money even online or in person. I would love to hear if there's different ways that you've been making money as a stay-at-home mom, how you carve out time to work on it. And I'm thinking in the future here, I will probably do more videos in the series. Like I said, I'm still not 100% sure if I want to do them here on this channel or if I want to create a separate channel. I like the idea of creating a separate channel, but that makes a lot more work for me. And as a mom of 2 plus fostering another one right now, I don't really want to create more work for myself. So we're going to try this out for a bit. But I would love to hear any thoughts you have on this series, any thoughts you have on making money online or as a stay-at-home mom. And I would really appreciate it if you would like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys.